Hello there guys, and welcome to News to Thrill episode 6. So I'll be giving you all the latest theme park news from around the world, and even a little bit of the other news stretching outside of theme parks. And since Disneyland, the one over in California, the original one, is celebrating their 60th anniversary, I decided to do a Disney special, giving you all the latest Disney theme park news. Nothing else, it's all the latest Disney theme park news from all over the world, which will obviously include the 60th anniversary as well. So stick around and I hope you enjoy. Okay, my first bit of news is coming over from Disneyland Paris in France, and they're going to be showing on the 27th of July Ant-Man, which is a new Marvel movie which has recently come out. They're going to be showing that in 3D in the theatre cinema room that housed Captain EO, which is a 4D effect cinema experience based around Michael Jackson Thriller. And it's using effects from Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, which used to be out there before the Captain EO. So yeah, they're just showing that, so like a sneak preview. It's not the whole thing, it's a sneak preview using the 3D effects, all the special effects that like could be good. My second part of Disneyland Paris news is coming from the main part, Disneyland Park in the Discovery Land, and this opened on the 11th of July, and it is Jedi Training Academy, which is a new show in a Video Plus stage, which is in obviously Discovery Land. It's a Star Wars themed show, obviously based around obviously the Jedi's, the training. It seems like a very interactive experience. Children get up on the stage, fight Darth Vader. Looks like it'd be very good. When I went to Disneyland, what used to be in there was the Lion King show, which was very good. I don't know what was after it, but this is a nice replacement. And when I get out there, I'd like to see what that's like. And a bit of my final news coming from Disneyland Paris is actually just outside of the Disneyland resort complex, about 6 kilometres away, literally adjacent to where the Davy Crockett Ranch is, which is one of their resort lodges places. And they're going to be open Villages Nature next year, which is Euro Disney are going to combine with Centre Parks to create this. And basically the theme to it is a search of harmony between man and nature. It's supposed to be very natural. It isn't supposed to give off a fake aspect. It's supposed to be very natural. There's woodland walks all around. There's gardens. There's some outside lagoons, which you can actually go swimming in about summertime. They've actually got getting an inside water park, which is set to be one of the largest in Europe, possibly the largest in Europe as well. There's going to be like kids clubs, bowling alleys, farms for the kids to enjoy, spas, tree houses, restaurants, all sorts going on. It's a big project. Yeah, certainly it'd be one of their, like, it's not exactly a theme park as such with the rides, but there is different stuff to do. There's high wire courses, I think. There's a thing, I think called Adventure Isle or something like that. There's so much to do, so much, and it's actually, I can't really go into detail, there's so much to describe. So here's a link there that dlrpmagic.com have put up. So if you want to check that out, and it gives you more of the in-depth view of it. Then I'm going to give you some news coming from Hong Kong Disneyland, which is in China. And in 2016, they're going to get Iron Man Experience, which is a 3D motion simulator in their Tomorrowland, which is the equivalent to, because the only one I've been to Disneyland Paris, it's equivalent to their Discovery Land, sort of the futuristic aspect. So obviously going to feature Tony Stark, and the idea is going to recruit guests, that's the audience, to fend off extraterrestrial who are attacking Hong Kong, because it's a nice thing, nice local part. Obviously, it's basing it in Hong Kong. Its estimated cost, this isn't official, costs about $100 million, which is a big budget, because they are going to obviously link that to Marvel, which are a big studio company. So Disney and Marvel joined forces together to do this. Yeah, it looks good. And here's just a few pictures here of the construction update. A lot of work going into that. You see all the fencing around it and the crane. There's a lot of work going into it. It'll be very good. Hopefully it's very immersive. Hopefully it's not lackluster. There's a few cinemas that are lackluster, but you know, the ones I've been to in Disney aren't lackluster. I'm pretty sure this won't be either. Okay, now for some news coming over from the Tokyo Disneyland in Japan, and that is the Stitch Encounter, opened on the 17th of July, quite recently. And it's a Stitch Encounter, and this is kind of like an interactive sort of movie experience for the people watching. It's mainly for children, but it seems to be good. This replaced the Captain EO, again another Captain EO cinema closing. Quite a few of these Captain EOs about. It's similar to the Stitch Encounter at Hong Kong Disneyland, or the Stitch Live, which opened in 2000 and I believe 8. at the Disneyland Paris, the Walt Disney Studio part of that. It's about a 15-minute long show. I'll just quickly read here what it's like, the kind of immersive experience you have with this. So basically, guests are seated in the movie theatre-like room called the Space Traffic Control. Children are then encouraged to sit up front on the floor so that Stitch can see them during the show. So again, it kind of shows he's going to interact with them. At the start of the show, the host of the Space Traffic Control requests the computer to search for an available spacecraft captain to talk to. The computer connects to the spacecraft which Stitch is in. After that, guests, both children and the adults, in the Space Traffic Control are randomly chosen by Stitch to interact with. Stitch can interact with guests in many ways, such as chatting, singing them a song with his ukulele, and even take their pictures. Stitch looks and moves much like he does in the movie, complete with corresponding facial expressions and gestures. The conclusion of the show occurs when the audience aids Stitch in his escape from Captain Gantu. So it's like a nice story going on here. Whether or not be the same story for the Tokyo Disneyland, but something similar though. And again, it will be obviously an interactive experience. There's something for the children, something for them to enjoy. So that looks really good. Okay, my final news coming over from the Tokyo Disneyland Resort, and it's actually coming over from the second part of the Tokyo Disney Sea. And this is out in 2017. They're getting a new high budget ride. The fact that we know about it already, it just shows how much of the scale they're going to go into this. And it's going to be the Finding Nemo / Finding Dory ride. We're not official of the name yet. We don't know what it is. Obviously, the Finding Dory movie is set to come out next year, so it'll be a complement to that. Obviously expanding the Finding Nemo. There's a few Finding Nemo rides out there. I'll just name one. Walt Disney Studios over in Paris. They've got Crush's Coaster. There's quite many others of this, and this is going to be another Finding Nemo experience. This is actually going to be replacing a Storm Rider ride, which is basically guests flying to the centre of a storm aboard. It's called a Storm Rider, a flying weather laboratory, and it takes you around some areas. You're seeing dolphins, boats, and zeppelins. It's a motion simulator experience, so it gives you the sense of like you're going somewhere. And this will be another motion simulator replacing that. And it's estimated to cost about 5 billion yen, which you convert that into the British pound, that is £25,939,177 and 46 pence. So this is obviously a high budget ride, going to be replacing the Storm Rider. It's supposed to be a motion simulator, hopefully really immersive experience. You see some of the pictures there. It should be really, really good. Okay, well, I'll quickly give you a mention to something coming up, and that is that I'm actually going to be doing a video on this. I could talk about it now, but there's so much information on this. I'm actually going to do a separate video of this, and that is at the Shanghai Disneyland over in China, obviously set to open next year. They've obviously released some plans of what it's going to look like, and there's just a few pictures of that example. There's so much information. We know so much of the rides that are going to go into there. So I'm actually going to do a separate video of that, but you just see something. There's a little preview of what's going to happen next year, and also the video I'm going to show you, which should come up sometime in August, probably early August, to watch out for that.